Okay, so I'm going to show you how to groom. I have brushed out this side of his pants. I'm going to brush out the other side. I'm going to show you guys how to do this with these combs. And this is just a wooden pin brush. You can use that, a rake, hi baby, a slicker, a comb, and you can use, these are interchangeable, and then this one is interchangeable with a regular pin brush. So hopefully this will work. So I've got my pup on a table outside. There, baby, turn. Good boy. Turn. Good boy. Stay. So I'm going to start by taking a little bit of finishing spray or conditioning spray and just do a couple little squirts. And then I'm going to take my pin brush and brush that through. So I'm just doing it topically. Nope, you guys stay this way, sweetheart. Sorry. Stay. Good boy. Get out of your way. Softer around the more delicate spots. Good boy. Just using the slicker to clean up his bottom a little bit, but that's mostly for the feet. So I've brushed the finishing spray or the conditioning. Look the other way, hon. Brush the conditioning spray in. I'm gonna do a little bit of this side too. This is his tail. Okay, so now it looks pretty good, but it's not actually done. This side is actually done. This side, there's still clumpiness. So then I'm gonna take my rake and just thin it out a little bit. So I'm gonna hold on to his leg just to help hold it steady and to keep my fingers here to make sure I don't hit or scratch his skin too much. So my fingers are here so that they don't hit anything. My brush doesn't hit anything that would be too delicate for him. And I'm not scraping hard, I'm more kind of picking out the coat. So I go through that. Good boy, stay. And just kind of use it as a pick, like pulling, brushing and pulling and brush and pull little bits, not raking it on him. Stay, baby. Stay, Sways, good boy. Okay, so I'm gonna take that. Get some of the thickness out with the rake. Yeah, you're shedding, huh? Good boy. And I'll go both directions usually. I usually go with the coat, and then I will go against the coat, whatever it does smoothly. You can see the fur coming off, flying off, which is why we're outside. Stay, Sways, you're fine. And then I like a comb. And I'm basically going to line brush it. A little bit at a time. This is one of my favorite combs. I like it a lot. But you can use this too. It's easier on your hands. And basically you want to just stick with one section until it brushes all the way through. This for me is not fine tooth enough, but it's a good start, and it's usually sufficient for most of what you want to do. Good boy, you're okay. Every once in a while you brush it back up. So I like the comb. I feel like it gets a little bit better. See, you can tell I can go through with this comb, but as soon as I switch to this comb, it doesn't go through already. So then I start back at the bottom. Just take a tiny little bit at a time. So this is called line brushing. You basically brush a line at a time. Good boy. Turn this way, please. Good boy. So trying to show that we're getting most of his bottom. I'm doing the same thing with the comb. I'm not yanking it through. See, it won't go through. I'm kind of picking it out. That'll help loosen up the coat and bring the dead fur out and fluff it up. But by the end, it ends up being the same thing that you can brush through. And if it starts to feel a little sticky, like it's not going, just give it another spray or two of the conditioning spray, or water is fine also. And then it'll brush through. If you get to any spots where there's a mat, you have to hold on at the skin and work those out if you've got something like that. And in just a couple minutes, there's his pants. So that's one section of him done. And then his feet are different. His feet, I actually will take a slicker brush and lift that up, and I'm just loosening up this fur. So I'm holding onto his foot to help hold it stable, so I'm not pulling it around. Loosen up the fur that's all kind of matted down from him walking around on it. And then I'll take my comb and brush through. And again, I'll hold onto his foot to help hold it stable. I'm actually holding up at the ankle, not at the delicate part right above his foot, not the thin part with the tendon that can get hurt. And I'll just brush this through. Little loose pieces I'll just pull out with my hand. And then I will trim this, but that's not something that everybody needs to do. I just like him to look nice. Plus he's got some sap between his toes, so I'll shave that out. But not everybody does that. So in less than 10 minutes or so, I did one full side, and that whole section will be done. And then you do the other side, and then you move on to another section. You move on to here. You can work from the back to the front, or you can start on the front.